Welcome, everybody, to the Two Broke Gamers podcast. This is our discussion talk. We're also going to have a special guest on this program today. I'm Ricky.
I'm Steve.
And Wesley.
What's going on? He is
What's
on
going on?
Twitter at Legendary West7. What's going on with you, man?
Nothing. Just home, chillaxing, talking to you guys,
Yeah,
seeing what's going on.
not much. Of course, I want to plug, the first thing, the newest Smash on Blast, which is like just released minutes ago. The bandwagon. You all should check that out because that was it's of course another brilliant piece by him. And also the fact that it has a point, which is the point of Smash on Blast. He's got the point to make. He's gonna make it.
Yes, I laughed. It was good.
It made a really good point. It just adapt, and that's really what I think the Smash community is missing. But we'll get into that. But first, of course, we brought you on here because of Apex that happened this weekend, and we didn't want to have a discussion without, some insight, because we're just two guys looking in the outside. We saw the stream, we saw the drama, we saw the mayhem. We also wanted to get a view from the inside, right, Wes?
All right, no problem.
So I mean, before Apex started, the TO had to be overthrown, I guess, or he actually had to step down because of drama that was kind of started by him, which was unfortunate. I mean, but he stepped down and he was gone, and everything moved on. I mean, it was just basically just harassment of a bunch of girls from various ages, which is kind of sick, to be honest. And I don't know if you really want to comment on that before we get into the actual main Apex.
Well, I mean, I guess. See, the issue with this is, I mean, it's sort of like it's one of those things where I don't know if it's true or not. I mean,
Yeah.
but me and Alex Strife, we never were like buddy buddy. We kind of were like, I guess, rivals to per se.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it all honestly. Let me bring you guys back to memory lane.
All right.
So before even Alex Strife existed as a TO,
Mm.
I started hosting tournaments, gauntlets, and these were like the tournaments for NYC,
Okay.
which helped build NYC. And I guess he started coming to gauntlets, and I noticed that he was watching what I was doing. He was also watching how I hosted these events. Just everything I was doing with these events, me and the people that I was helping with these events.
Got
And
you.
eventually, he started doing things like going to the same venues as mine, booking. I guess talking to the venue owners to try to get his little events across without even talking to me. Kind of like stepping on my toes. From there, I knew there were there were going to be problems eventually.
So it
But
wasn't even like he was doing it on different days as you were. Like one week was you, the other week was him. He was just whatever
no,
time you were
it
gonna do, he
was
jumped ahead of you.
it wasn't even it wasn't like, oh, he saw me use this venue. Oh, so out of respect for this guy, I'll talk to him and say I have interest in using this venue, the same venue as yours, to host my events. I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like he didn't even care. He just talked to the venue on the low, and all of a sudden he had his events. And when I was trying to speak to the venue owner, he or she would tell me, well, this person was already booked his event this day. I'm like, oh, all right. So
Wow.
then eventually, I guess since it was tough for me at the time, since a whole bunch of stuff was going on in my life, plus I was a TO slash competitor, it
Mm.
was tough for me to do both at the same time. So eventually, I guess I wasn't hosting as many events, and he started hosting his events. I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It's good that he continued, and we have Apex, which is a community based event,
Mm.
which is getting bigger each year. But
Especially big with Nintendo too.
yeah, so that's cool.
So
But
now, oh, go ahead, man.
as far as Alex Strife is, that's what if he did personally, like liking certain I guess girls with certain parts.
Yeah,
and
we don't want to
and,
go
and
into details because it's all
yeah, I'm
speculation
not
and
gonna go
whatnot.
into details,
All
but
alleged.
and doing certain things behind the community's back. I kind of knew some of these things, but me, if I would have said it, I would have looked like the bad guy. So I kind of
Mm.
kept my mouth shut because some people, especially, I don't know if I guess some of the Apex staff, they don't even want to hear me say this stuff anyway. And
Yeah,
like I said, I
we're
wasn't
causing.
really friends with Alex like that, so it would look like, this guy Wes is just hating on Alex. But then as every Apex finished, I would speak to some people that was former Apex staff members, they would tell me that they couldn't stand Alex Strife. And it was funny to me. I'm like, I was telling, oh, I thought Alex was your boy. He's like, no, he ain't my boy. He's one. I'm just doing this for the community, which is
Yeah.
true. A lot of these people just pushed the Apex initiative. Had nothing to do with Alex. They just liked the initiative, the Apex initiative, and they just kept pushing it. That's why Apex is such a successful event because the community as a whole just dug the initiative, but not the person behind the initiative. And it's funny, every year Alex would step down to some degree or
Yes,
say,
yes.
or he would turn emo and say, "Oh, I'm done with this. I can't take this. I'm stepping down." And then people like Christmas, props to her, shout outs to her. She would help pick up the pieces, and
Hmm.
then he'll get his act straight, and then he'll come back to another Apex. It's the
Yeah,
same cycle. I hope this does. I hope
this is it.
um, yeah, I hope this is it because we really don't need people who wishy washy, or we don't need people who are role models for the community to put a bad light on a community, because that's just how it is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and that I always completely forgot about that. He always bailed on every tournament. He was like, "Oh, you know what? After this tournament, I'm done. I'm retiring. I'm done with the fighting game community. I'm done with Smash. This that." And then the next year, it's like, "Okay, I'm back," but then I'm done again. But this time, it looks like especially at how serious these accusations were, it was kind of like he just kind of it wasn't even noisy how he left. He kind of just quietly stepped down and just that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So now, so forget about the drama because we have other drama that came from Apex. But let's just talk about Apex in itself. Now, drama already started. It's not that we were going to get away from drama, but drama started on day one, where well, I was when I was doing research for the show and wanted to talk about like hyping Apex. There was a point where I had noticed that the venue was destroyed, and it was even said in like one of the PDF files where it had the layout, and it was like, oh yeah, this part is quarantined or not quarantined. I mean, it's not like a disease
It
broke
was
out.
blocked off.
Yeah, it was blocked off because of a collapse. Now, I would think maybe it was okayed by somebody because you couldn't just have a portion of a tournament, especially where there's going to be like at least thousands of people in this one room sectioned off because it's kind of unsafe, but it's okay because it's only that part. But it seemed to have been like not that kind of a bigger deal than what it was.
So what you're telling me is that prior to the Apex event, you were trying to do certain things, and you saw in the PDF file that the room, like I said, before
Prior,
everyone came to this event, that it
yeah.
was messed up.
Yeah.
That's interesting news to me. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
I actually still have the PDF saved. I still think it's on Smashboards too, but it was like basically the layout. It was basically part of the PDF that had to do with the rules. I believe it was the rules or the actual attendees because they had the table set up like where melee and fighting game community portion, but like Street Fighter and Marvel were going to be and stuff, and then the other room had like where Smash 4 was going to be and where the streamers are going to be and such. But yeah, they actually said on the PDF this part is sectioned off, and it's like, oh, okay. But it wasn't really the fact that it was like, I do understand that it maybe it wasn't a big deal, but then when I showed pictures of the actual collapse, because it was a garage that collapsed, and it went all the way through to like the rooms and stuff, to a point where it's like some people's rooms had like their roofs were like almost falling apart, like not falling apart, but there was like some like wet stains, and not only that, what was I showing? Somebody showed a picture of the garage, and it was like, holy crap, like that's a little bit more serious than they actually made it sound. Now, granted, the Apex event, I forget what the place is called. You know the name of the place, the original place, the venue?
Oh, it was called Clarendon.
Yeah, Clarendon.
Clarendon. Yeah, I forgot it's a long name. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it started there, and I mean it was booked there, granted, and then that the roof collapse it happened I think a couple of days prior to the tournament, and even still knowing that, they still kind of went forward with that, which was, I mean, it wasn't really the initial problem, but I mean it was I mean it didn't really raise any eyebrows. I don't know, it's just weird for me, but that didn't really cause the actual event to shut down. But what did you see when you walked into the rooms? Like, you were there.
I mean, dude, I barely even saw the rooms.
Oh, okay. It was just you were already evacuating at that point.
Like this. I'm just gonna break down a few things for you. All right.
Gotcha.
The
Gotcha.
first thing I'll break down for you is how everything happened. Like just all the calamity.
Got you.
First, I was, I came Thursday night,
All right.
and everyone was having a good time laughing. We were expect to wake up to a tournament, but no. Guess what I woke up to?
What'd you wake up to?
I woke up to pretty much Super Metroid. That's what I woke up to. Super Metroid. When you're running from Ridley,
Yes,
and
yes.
that's what
That's
happens. I woke up to alarm. Oh, you're and then you
yes.
see someone pretty much pulled the alarm because I guess they were bored
No,
in
no,
the
no.
morning
Uh,
and they wanted to play Super Metroid. I don't know what happened. They wanted some Super Metroid reenactment. So he's like, Bill, let's play Super Metroid, and he pulled the alarm.
well, what had actually happened, I mean, I don't know if you know, but I guess you know, but someone had put a towel on the fire alarm in one of the rooms. So I don't know if that's just dumb luck because of how the event was, or just someone was just being dumb and it probably helped out the whole tournament. But someone decided, I'm gonna put a towel up here in this fire hose thing. Nothing will happen, right? Set off the alarm and everybody had to leave.
Yep, that's what happened. That's part one. Part
Oh,
two, part two. I heard that this is before Apex. I mean,
okay,
this is a week before the actual Apex.
okay,
I heard that I guess this guy, I don't know if you know him, but he's from the FGC community. He's big on the East Coast.
okay,
His name is Big E. His name is Big E, and he pretty much helped run the fighting game community section of the Apex
got you.
tournament series. I guess he provided television stuff like that.
Yeah,
And from what I heard, like I said, I'm not 100% sure about this, but this is what I heard. Words being thrown around that
got you.
he said whoever booked it. I'm assuming it's Alex. He pretty much he booked this venue,
Hmm.
but he told Alex and company that this venue is not good because he hosted tournaments in the past and they were terrible. The venue is small and just everything isn't good. So
Oof.
don't book it. And I guess Alex went along and not paid attention to him and he just did it. My whole thing is this.
Hmm.
I posted this I pretty much put this on one of my update status on Facebook. I said, why are we constantly sacrificing quality for quantity?
Hmm.
It, every Apex they continuously do that, and I tell some of the staff members like why first of all why do we have like a 1,200 plus people entering melee? That's
Yeah, and the biggest number ever, which is good for the community, but then the venue.
Yeah. See, I would understand if we had the right amount of staff members, but
Hmm.
they never do have the right amount. All of these, they don't have enough staff members to accommodate players and
Hmm.
stations. It's and then when I went to Apex, they're always trying to recruit last minute staff members. That's not a good look, you know.
Ugh,
Like I
that
said,
yeah.
granted, I give the whole Apex initiative or endeavor rather an E for effort, and it is good that they continuously do it, and we triumph over all of these bad things that happen. But still, it's like we're already in year 5 of Apex. I think Apex started 2010.
Hmm.
We're in year 5. Like there has to be some type of lessons to be learned.
Yeah, something's got to
Like
give.
something's got to give because this is a testament that somebody could actually die if this wasn't
If someone did,
caught right away.
yeah, if somebody wasn't dumb enough to get the towel on the fire
Right.
alarm.
God forbid that
Yeah,
garage
yeah.
collapses on
Honestly, that
somebody.
fire alarm caused a chain reaction for other stuff to happen.
Yeah.
I guess I heard the fire marshal went inside of the actual tournament place, the tournament spot, and then he checked around and he told the Apex staff to get out of here. This place
Hmm.
is condemned.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they were setting up stations for the whole, since Thursday, Wednesday, not knowing, I guess, or
Wow.
not caring knowing the severity of the whole situation.
Well, now here's the other thing too. I forget who tweeted it out from the Apex staff. I forget who, and it just it makes me upset that I may have to research this like now. But someone had tweeted out it wasn't just the collapsing; it was also the fact of the electrical wires too that I guess weren't, I guess, safe for the venue as well.
Oh,
That's
I
why it got
heard
shut
that
down
they
too.
needed a permit for that too. Something to that degree.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, how did you not get a permit for that in the first place? That's just strange, especially for how, no matter what the number could have been for the entrance. I mean, come on, you gotta be able to plan that out.
Yeah, like I said, planning just needs a lot of touching, a
Yeah,
lot of touch up, man. Because it's cool to get that many numbers, but it's not cool to not be able to accommodate that many numbers
Yeah.
because especially if the name of the event is called Apex, it's supposed to be the peak of the Smash community, you know.
Hmm.
So why aren't when you go to these events, you expect a high quality event, you know?
Yeah.
To, to me, like I said, these events, it's more of like a community gathering. Like
Hmm.
I go to these events to compete, but at the same time, at the very least, I expect to make friends, just chill with people, act crazy, once a year with these people. So
So,
that's what I expect for these events. The funny thing is, I took off Monday. I knew I had a feeling the event wasn't gonna end on time Sunday. I just
oh,
had some type of feeling that it
well,
was gonna end until Monday.
well, tournaments never really end on time. That's the other thing too. But I mean, it got way delayed, and we'll go into that too. We'll go into day two now and day three because I mean, well, day one everything had to be moved out, and thankfully there was people who stepped up. Twitch helped out from what I hear, and Red Bull, and even the person who runs CEO helped out as well, find the venue and secure it like last minute, which was amazing. That yeah, the tournament still happened, and they got it, which was just this shows how strong and together the community is. But then it's just like you're a day behind schedule. How can you still squeeze that in?
That's true. That's another valid point. A big thing that I always stress to these TOs is they try to cram too much in one day.
Mm,
Like, and I feel that TOs just need to have people not enter multiple events. Like have a limit even on
mm,
the amount of events one person could enter.
that's true. Because now that's going into day two and day three because there were people that had to drop certain games because they couldn't play melee or vice versa. Where people were like, "Oh, I'm dropping brawl because they're doing this and all this other stuff." Where people were missing announcements where they were playing other games too, according to from other people and what they were saying. And so I see your point in doing that. And yeah, they still played those games, but with a lot less people. And then
Yep.
there's another point to
Which
that
kills
too. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
which pretty much hence kills the quality of your event.
Yeah. And then
Because you know why? The
mm,
placings are all sloppy because some random Johnny Donuts guy places like top 10 when you know this person like I guess a mini Mewtwo King should be placed in top 10,
got you.
so
It,
it's like come on.
Now, the other thing that was also the I guess doing with the schedule was day two was the fact that they said they were going to supply buses for people who were in pools. And there was a point where the bus was late 2 hours, and then when all those guys got there, and they were promised like, oh, this bus holds like this many people, and then it didn't. It held a lot less. And then when it got to the venue itself, they were all disqualified because they were all late.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's really messed up.
Wow, that's that's some true Hollywood stories I didn't hear about, man.
Yo, the thing is,
That's underground stuff I never heard about,
well,
man.
I'm checking all this out on like the Smash Bros Reddit and everything. Like even there's like a thread that like has everything connected to where like people were sharing their stories. Some of the pros and some people who were just randomly there who are not known, but they shared their story all over the place about like how this happened and how like that happened and how people were disqualified. There was even video on YouTube about people who were missing the bus and they were getting on
dude,
the bus finally.
dude, you know what it was? Honestly, let's not blame the staff. Let's not
No,
blame anyone.
I'm not
Let's
really
not
blaming
blame.
anybody at
Look,
all.
look, look.
I just wanted to
Listen to
put it
this.
out there.
I know. Listen to this. Let's not blame anybody. You know whose fault it was? It was the spirit of Alex Strife. He's the one that did all of this. Dude, I'm serious because the spirit of Alex Strife, I witnessed him when I was playing a game. Tell me why I played, yo, dude. I played a match in teams,
Yes, I was gonna
and
ask you about that. Go ahead, Go ahead.
this is what happened, right? I don't know if anyone knows, but whoever doesn't know this, wake up. This is news to you. Everyone, just be aware of this when you play Smash 4.
Mm,
Well, anyway, there's times when you I guess during a match where randomly your trigger, your LNR triggers, your block buttons, they stop working. The game doesn't register them.
mm.
So halfway in the match, me and my partner we were playing, and I'm wondering why. I'm just getting hit by everyone. My partner saying, "Oh, he was a warrior." He's like, "Oh, I'm throwing a bike." I'm throwing a bike. Watch out, Wes. I'm like, all right, fine. I got hit once. I'm like, well, I guess that was my fault. I got hit 2 to 3 times. All right, something is wrong.
Mm.
So mind you, I already lost 2 stock, and I have 1 stock left because we're doing a 3 stock match. And I'm like, yo, what the heck is going on? So I go to the corner of the stage, and I'm like, everyone, stop moving. I stop. Everyone stops moving, and I'm like, all right. I press the LNR trigger, and the LNR trigger doesn't work. I'm not blocking.
Wow.
So then we have to start the match. We have to start the match over. But guess what? Since I guess there weren't really TOs around, the team I guess that was beating us,
Mm.
they didn't want to restart the match. They didn't want to restart the match completely. They said, you know what you guys do? You just get the same amount of stocks and percentages you had. I'm like, you serious, dude? Like my control, I
Wow.
couldn't block. Like seriously? He's like, no, we'll take it. I'm like, all right, fine. And mind you, it wasn't my controller.
Mm. Could you test?
Ally,
I'm assuming you tested it
Ally,
at home.
Ally let me use his controller.
Mm.
2 other guys let me use their controllers.
Oh
It still didn't work.
wow.
So then we wound up getting put in the losers. In losers bracket, the same thing happened to me. And thank God I caught it before the match started. And I had to end the match and then reset the Wii and do all this other crazy stuff to happen. I was like, wow, something's wrong. Something's wrong today. Like it must be some spirit. I was like, you know what? It's probably Alex. Then I'm not done yet. I
Oh
played this
wow.
other guy in singles on a different station
Mm.
somewhere across the venue. The same thing happened to me.
Oh
I had to
what?
start. We had to start the match over, and we went to another TV. But this time, not the LNR trigger didn't work. For some reason, me and his B buttons and A buttons didn't want to register our names when we were trying to type in our names.
Wow.
Jeez.
Then I'm not done. We went to
Oh
another.
my God.
Yo, dude, we got up to another station. That station, everything was fine. We played the match, mid match. The whole station just blacked out. Like the Wii went out, the television went out. Mind you, the way they had the Apex layout
The
is
new
that
setup. Yeah.
there's a table and there's 4 TVs, two front and the other two facing the other two.
Mm.
But mind you, my TV was the only TV to black out, and the Wii the
Wow.
only
Oh.
black out. So I had to get up, play another match. I'm like, all right, I'm not meant to win.
You got some kind of curse following you, man.
That's Alex, man. Alex, stop it.
He's haunted you.
I forgive you. I forgive you. If you want a hug, I'll hug you, man.
So yes, I do want to ask. You did enter Wii U only, correct?
Yeah.
And you did teams you did teams and you did singles. How did you do on both?
I didn't. I pretty much didn't do too well. I mean,
Oh man.
it
Well, we
happens.
just heard the story.
Yeah. But I got to find out the placement, just to put it out there.
Yeah.
You did better than me. I wasn't in it, so.
No,
sure.
you did better than me. You wasn't there.
Yeah, but now going on to day 3, which everything kind of was falling apart. People were complaining. Everything was just going to hell at this point. And you saw it on stream. I mean, you kind of ignore Twitch chat. You kind of ignore that, but you kind of see it. You kind of hear it. You see everything's just going overlapping. Like there's already like tournaments that basically they're still in trying to get the brackets down to top 8 on time, and they're not getting it on time. The top 8 of every game is starting about 2 hours late. And it was getting to a point where, and this is where I want to get your opinion on this, not only day 3, but also how Smash 4 ended. I just wanted to ask you about those two.
That's another issue. I know they was crammed for time, but there was just certain things that were unnecessary that they should have just scrapped. I know people are probably gonna flame me for saying this, but I think the salty sweet should have just been canceled.
Ooh.
Ooh.
They were hype. Don't get me wrong, they were hype, but in order to keep the integrity of the tournament, they should have been canceled or scaled down or done at a later time. Something should have, when they caught up, there should have been something done about the salty sweets because that time used for salty sweets they could have used to come back to make up lost time. And then what I don't understand is that they wasted at least 10 minutes on this guy that was doing speed runs for Melee on stream. Did you see that on the stream?
I didn't see the beginning of Salty Sweet because I didn't know when the hell it was starting. I was trying to find out, okay, when Salty Sweet starting, I was trying to find out because then it was getting pushed back. I really wanted to find out what time, so I didn't even know when it started. So I think I missed the first 2 matches because I think I tuned in on time for the Ganon Dittos, I think it was, and then I definitely got to see PC Chris and Ken, and then I got to see of course the Leffen and sorry.
No, I'm talking about on Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday, Sunday during the finals,
Oh,
right?
oh, you're talking about that? Okay, no, I
Yeah,
thought you were
in
talking
the
about
middle,
Salty
I
Feet.
guess in the
That's a.
middle of top 8 or 16 or whatever.
Oh, okay. I
They
thought that happened before Salty Feet. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
Sunday they had this guy doing speed run.
Really?
Yes, and from in Melee, I think it was Adventure Mode, maybe.
That's
It's a
odd.
waste of time.
Yeah,
Why? Why? I'm like, why? Why are you guys doing that? Why? There really is no point from doing that
yeah,
at all. If you're cramped for so much time, why are you guys doing that?
yeah. So now, of course, I wanted to get your opinion on Smash 4's chance for for Melee and how that went down.
It's kind to me. It's sad because Melee, the whole Melee era was the golden years. It's the pretty much golden years of Smash.
Yeah.
That's what brought us from, I guess, a quote unquote party game to what we are now, which
Mm-hmm.
is close to esports.
Yeah.
And a lot of people look up. I guess a lot of people from Smash 4 or just people who watch Smash look up to Melee players, and their fame. Like Mango, um, I guess Hacks, all these guys.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Mango or Hacks did this, but whoever is part of that whole um group of people that did those chants against Smash 4, it just doesn't show a good thing for the community.
Mm-mm.
It's all Smash. Everything is Smash. So why everyone just can't get along to some degree? Just respect the other person's game. What really pisses me off is that people always say that, oh, Smash 4 isn't competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it competitive? Oh, because Sakura said it isn't competitive.
So
Sakura said freaking Smash
Melee.
Melee wasn't competitive. Or
Mm-hmm.
Smash in general he made because he just wanted people to have fun.
Even
You know, I,
64 is not competitive.
yeah,
It was at the
I,
tournament this weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, Smash, or anything that has community around it can be competitive, just depending on what the community wants to do with the activity.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I don't know if you guys know, any of you viewers at home know this, but there is actually, I repeat, there is actually a fish tossing competition. I repeat, fish tossing
What?
competition,
What?
meaning fish tossing is competitive.
Yes.
Anything can be
We
competitive.
Yeah.
Exactly. We look at
Chess
fish
is.
toss. If anyone tells you like, yo, I'm an all-time champion fish tosser,
Yeah.
you'll look at him like, what are you talking about? What in your house amongst your family? Like y'all guys have cooking competitions? No, I actually enter tournaments where this is true. These guys win like thousands of dollars in fish
Mm-hmm.
tossing competitions. So
Yeah.
no one. So if people could take fish tossing to that level,
Level.
then we can actually take video games of all sorts
Yeah.
of genres to the same competitive capacity.
No, I mean,
So
look at chess too. Like I said, chess is a competitive sport. It's even an Olympic sport for Christ's sake. Like
I'm
really?
pretty sure there's competitive like staring contests.
Yeah.
never know, dude. There's always a meta game behind.
Yeah,
Meta
right.
game, the staring meta game.
Pretty much.
But
Rock paper scissors. There's actually a rock paper scissors competition.
yeah, I actually did see video of that, and I thought it had to be fake because I did not believe it was actually real.
Oh, it's actually real, dude.
Yes, apparently. Now, all right. So now, Smash and how it ended, especially Apex, how Smash 4 was getting jeered against. Even though, I mean, I kind of understood, but I kind of don't, because I mean, it's his first tournament. Maybe I feel like Smash 4 has to earn its respect in the community or something. But I mean, people just associate Smash 4 with just Diddy, 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 even though it wasn't really. I mean, the grand finals had like even the last couple of players consisted of Diddy, Rosalina, and Olimar. Even though people hated the Buzz's style of just playing campy, a Sheik, which he was an amazing Sheik. I forget the player's name, but he was really good as Sheik. And of course, Zero being Diddy, but in a different style. And people were just cheering against Zero and just saying melee, melee. We want melee. And yes, I understand it's like really late at night, and at this point, you're probably leaving the venue at like
People
2,
are
3 in the morning.
haters.
But that's the thing.
To me, it's not fair because every game has its tier list and characters that stay on top for a little bit of time, and then tier list is constantly changing
Mm.
depending on how the community hashes out the rules. So
Yeah.
Diddy might not last that long.
Yeah.
The game is only 3 months, 2 months in,
Yeah.
4 months. I give it 4 months in tops. and people are already trying to ban characters. I understand you guys didn't want to listen to West and ban Meta Knight a year or two in when I told everyone Meta Knight was broken. But still, this game, this, Diddy is nowhere near like Meta Knight because
No.
his recovery isn't that great. You could gimp his recovery. His ground game isn't that good. I mean, it just takes time to dissect this character. It's just that a lot of these people just want the easy. They just want to win as soon as possible. And as me and my crew members say, they don't want to take their lumps. They just want to win right out
Mm-hmm.
the gate. You know. So it's bullcrap. If that was the case, Diddy would have been swarmed. Would have been swarming in the tournament. It would have
Oh
been
yeah.
top 10, top 20, like Meta Knight has in the past. You know. But when Melee first started, there were characters. I mean, yeah, there were characters like Sheik. People were complaining about
Link.
Link's down B throw down. Sorry, his down throw to up B,
Yep.
like it was cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, are you serious? The first few, I think, a month or two of freaking Melee, people was complaining about that. People was even complaining about Sheik's chain grabs, which she could chain grab half the cast or most of the cast to death, but yet we still keep it in Melee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so why can't we give Smash Four? There really isn't aren't any chain grabbing in Smash Four or any type of crazy exploits in Smash Four to the point where it's like, all right, this game is crazy. You know, these characters, you just can't beat these characters. No, that's bullcrap.
So now the overall vibe of Apex, since you were there, and then the aftermath that came from it.
Hmm.
What do you think of all that? Because I'm pretty sure you saw like how people. How they reacted to Apex. It's like, oh, why did it happen to end so late? And they're blaming like they're blaming like all the top players. They're blaming D1. People are getting at D1. People are like angry at Gimmer, and it's just like I don't even get where the anger is all about. People just talk about Project M, and there was a huge fallout after Apex. And I mean, eventually, some people have answered questions. Sky has gone out on Reddit and explained some of the situation, which I don't know if you know about that. You know what you heard about what Sky said?
I guess you could. I guess you could sum up what he said. I think
Uh,
I know, but I just refreshing my memory.
he basically went out there on Twitter first, and then he put in a sentence on Reddit later, which he said that that all right, like basically Nintendo's looking at Project M as a disrespectful thing, where it's basically the community took it and made it supposedly a better brawl, and Nintendo doesn't really like that, so that's why it has to be like banished basically. And it's not really a mod; it's just something that it's the word I'm looking for. It's more like a cocky thing that the fans did, and that's how it's viewed at by Nintendo. And he can say that because he wasn't under contract with Nintendo, like some guys are, and other people are looking for everybody else to say it, and everybody else had the big fallout from Apex. What did you think of Apex itself? Because you saw it personally, and then the end after that.
I mean, Apex was it was kind of a lackluster in some ways, but it was cool seeing certain people. I mean, it was a mixed bag of things, to be
Mm,
honest with you. I'm not gonna say it was a terrible. I'm not gonna say, oh, it was the most horrible experience of my life. Or, it had its moments, it had its ups and downs. But honestly, if this continues, if Apex continues to be like this, there will, it's not going to be a good look for the community. It's just, it's too many bad things that happened in that one weekend for no reason that could have been avoided so easily
mm-hmm.
if certain people just listened and certain people just weren't in power to, make these decisions.
Mm.
That's what I feel. And in regards to the Project M, it's one of those things that the community itself, they they start a chain reaction of things that they shouldn't have started at all. So, meaning, Project M should have just stayed a game, kind of like Super Smash Flash. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you've been to obviously you didn't go to Apex, but at
Yeah,
Apex, they had Super Smash Flash on
like as a display. It wasn't like an actual tournament.
no, that was an actual event. That's how they should have had PM.
Mm.
And if people wanted to have PM on their own discretion, have their own tournaments, then fine, do that on your own time. But as far as having it in majors, PM should have never ever been at majors because of the fact that eventually Nintendo would have caught up to them and say, that's it. So it's kind of like leading someone on That's what a lot of the TOs did to the community. When eventually the bigger PM gets, eventually Nintendo's gonna tell them, all right, we can't have these guys, outshining us, or we just can't have these guys putting any type of distraction towards our new game that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a business move. It's kind of like, oh, this guy Jordan, he's coming out with these new Jordans, and there's like a person who's a Jordan and Jordan sneaker buyer enthusiast, and he and he or she was like, you know what? Since I love Jordan so much, I'm gonna make these Jordans for people that are for free.
Hmm.
And instead of it being like the same way Jordan looks, his symbol of him holding a basketball,
Yeah.
it's like it's like a girl with a long hair, with long hair holding a basketball in her hand, or some crap like that. Just some type of weird
It's
logo.
the Ordens.
Yeah, So what do you think Jordan's gonna say?
Yeah.
Especially
Gotta cut it out.
especially especially if people starting to cop your sneakers that's kind of look the same, but a little bit tweaked a little bit better to please the community that actually buy those sneakers. Of course, Jordan is gonna get mad. So why are people getting mad that Nintendo doesn't want Apex at I mean it doesn't want Project M at Apex? You
Yeah.
can't get mad. It's just like I said, everything. This whole community just needs to be reevaluated. The leaders, whoever's leading this, the people that's leading the community, that's making the decisions, they really need to sit down and make smarter decisions to help this community grow in the right direction. Because honestly, I feel that we're not 100% esports yet until
Mm-hmm.
we start getting people like Nintendo to throw money at our events, not just setups, and get like these big corporations to throw money at our events. So to where it's like, all right, just come to this event. It's free. Um, just come have a good time, compete. Guaranteed prize is 10 G's.
Hmm.
You know,
Something like
that's
that.
it. Something close to like how MLG was, except just X out the paying for entry fee. You know,
Yeah.
Hmm. So
because MLG they had guaranteed pots.
so now Wes, we do have to go soon. So we wanted to thank you for your time. Any plugs besides your YouTube and Twitter, whatnot?
That's about it. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, we'll definitely link you to you guys as well. I want to thank you for your time again.
Yes, thank you.
And we'll of course call on you whenever we have some we want some Smash insight. Thank you once again for your
uh,
time.
I guess
Go ahead.
I have one more thing to say. I mean,
Hey, no
to the
problem.
community, I just want everyone to just be happy and have fun with any game that they're playing.
Hmm.
Once anyone feels that they don't have fun with the game that they're playing, they should just quit. Just find another hobby. Or just find another love.
There you go.
Because honestly, the community is not going in the right direction. It's becoming, broken,
Hmm.
segregated for no reason. When everyone who plays Smash is a smasher, doesn't matter what game you play. So everyone just needs to cut the crap and just have fun. Have fun with the game and respect each other's game that the person plays. That's it.
I got you, man. I actually understand you on that one.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
Well, Wes, thank you for your time again. We'll talk to you whenever, man. Thank you so much for your time in the interview. All right.
No problem. Take care anytime.
You
No
too,
problem,
man.
And we're signing off for the Two Broke Gamers podcast. We're out of here. Peace.
Later.